Hey everybody, it's your man Tyke coming to you with another true spook story. Now before I begin, I'm gonna ask that you hit that like button. Go and subscribe to the channel and share me with your friends and family if you feel it not robbery. Now I'm serious, y'all gonna share me now. I'm worth it. Alright, so now today we're gonna be talking about a story that I don't know if you guys gonna be able to stomach it. But if I could handle it when I was legit, then y'all could handle it too. Whew. Boy, I really hope I don't get in trouble with this one because this is literally dead on the nose. All right, so this story gonna take place in Orlando, Florida, in the Washington Shores area of Orlando, Florida, next to Hankins Park, Mercy Terry, which we call Motown, to be exact, inside the Washington Shores Shopping Center. Now you have a corner store there, the Chinese people own that, Korean whatnot. Then you have a barbershop, record CD store, hair and nail. Then at the very end, you're gonna have a dental office. And this story is gonna take place in the dental office right there. Now, back when I was growing up, there was a black dentist, an older man. I'm not gonna say his name. Y'all could just speculate, because again, these stories are 100% true. But I have to say, these stories are alleged, made up, make believe in my mind, so I don't get sued. Just a thought process in my head. Wink, wink. Well, back when I was young, the person who used to run the dental office, it was an older dark-skinned man, balding at the top, hair around the side. And he used to work on everybody's teeth in the black community. He was Orange Center, Motown, Mercy Terry, Carver Shores. He was the black dentist for all of them. No matter who you were, your mama would take you to his office. I mean, I went there too. He got some of my shit too in his fucking buckets. Well, so, Grandma, she was having a lot of tooth issues, as I tell you in a couple other stories. How when in the story with the lady making the bread would make her gums feel good, so she let the people continue making the bread and shit. In the video I did, the bread of life. So Grandma always had gum issues because she chewed tobacco. Well, I'm finna say his name. I'm gonna say Dr. Dennis. Dr. Dennis, fuck it. Dr. Dennis King. His name was King. We call him Dr. King. I don't know if that's his first name, last name. But Dr. King used to sit up there and pull everybody's teeth. He was a good dentist for the older heads. So when we grew up and we started going to the dentist, he was adamant about having my mama and grandmama bring us to him. He was adamant. Bring them kids on over here. Bring them on over here. I take care. I fix them up. So when he would bring us over there, I used to notice Grandma used to always want to accompany us to the dental office. If we had an appointment, she would be like, Pat, don't you, don't let you take them kids over there without me being there. I take them. You just go on about your business. Go on to the food stamp office now. I take them. Because there wasn't no cars, too heavy back then, and so everybody had to be on the city bus. So back in the day, when you made an appointment to do something, you had to do all that shit that day because you were around Metro, baby. So Grandma used to always make sure we go to the dentist. But Grandma was adamant about being in the room if the dentist was doing any tooth extraction. Cleanings, cool. She didn't mind that. Braces was okay with that. But if any of my mama's children had to get, any of her children had to get their teeth pulled, Grandma was right there. So I go in there, and this is me. I'm getting my tooth pulled. And I'm in pain too. I mean, that bitch was hurting me. I don't know, it wasn't a wisdom tooth, y'all. I think it was somewhere in the front and the top. I don't know what the fuck I did. But they had to pull that bitch so I can eat. So grandma was like, I'm definitely gonna be there for him. Y'all ain't gonna do my grandbaby no any kind of way. And I'm like, what grandma tripping on? This the dentist. I said, she probably want them to shoot me up with the Novocaine so it ain't gonna hurt me too bad. Okay, grandma got my back. Man, that was the least of that shit we had to worry about, man. Grandma went in there and grandma say, okay, you gonna extract this too? I wanna be here while you do it, you fucker. And the dentist was like, what you talking about? What you talking about? I just take teeth. I'm just gonna extract the teeth and dispose of it the proper way. If I'm not mistaken, coming back, the dentist had he had a kind of like a Jamaican accent, but not the hard ones, you know, just proper Jamaican accent. And grandma was like, you heard me. So grandma got that, so I dozed off. He put me to sleep by my mouth. So I'm not hearing the argument. So when I wake up, I got the little gauze in my mouth, packed in my little jaw and shit. And grandma was taking a little bag and she would put it in her purse. When I woke up, and she like, come on, let's get on out of here. So my sister and them had to go to the dentist, brother and them, everybody had to go to the same dentist in different days of the appointment because he could only see 2 children per day, and then the rest was adults. And it was in the hood, so he had a line outside. So I done healed. I done grew up a little bit. I'm no longer 8, 9, 10 years old, 13, 14. I'm 15 and 16, and now I got another dental problem in the back of my tooth on the left-hand side. They had, I needed a filling. So grandma was like, who you going to? I said, I'm finna go over there to the Washington Shore Dentistry. She's like, come on, I'll take you. So grandma goes and we go, and I'm okay, grandma sitting back there. So as soon as I walk in, grandma see, the dentist online. I'm gonna say Dr. King if I could remember the name properly. See Dr. King. And Dr. King like, I gunned you. The fuck? And that's how they were cursing. Yeah, bitch, I'm here again. You got my package? What package? You got my package? You know I got your package. She said, you got my money? I'm like, don't talk to me. Just give me my shit so I can get out your nasty ass office. Don't be like Daddy Gunju. Don't be like Daddy Gunju. I got what you need. Come on back here, you nasty bitch. And grandma followed him on back there. Oh, this your grandbaby? I used to work on him all the time. He's a good boy. And grandma was like, well, he needed a tooth pulled, and you gonna pull it today, and you gonna give me his tooth. And this is where the shit gonna get crazy, y'all. And he was like, no, I can't get teeth no more. They say we gotta dispose of them because they consider medical waste now. We can't get rid of them. And grandma's, well, I don't give a fuck what the FFDA and the PHAA say. I want my baby grand teeth because ain't nobody keeping my baby teeth. Ain't nobody keeping no teeth from my family. And he was like, all right, Gunju, shut up. I'm just saying, I give them to you, but we can't keep doing this deal. And grandma like, I don't care what you say. And grandma will always end up calling him, you nasty bitch. Y'all keep that in mind, you nasty bitch. So, all of a sudden, grandma I get my tooth pulled, grandma take the tooth, she take it home with her, boom, she done. Now, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So, one day I get bold enough to say, hey, grandma, what's going on? I remember you arguing with old Dr. King about our teeth and shit, and I want to know what's going on. What's the purpose behind you taking them? And I say, they just teeth, calcium and shit. And they put them in the little red box and they destroy them or grind them down or whatever. I say, because they be having plaque and calcium on them and shit. It's poisonous. And grandma say, see, that's why y'all young asses don't know nothing. That's why you're stupid. Do you know that when you lose your tooth, you never destroy it, you never get rid of it? I said, what you mean? She said, not every night. She said, I got every last one of my teeth. She said, I got every last tooth that my kids, that done been knocked out their mouth, that they can't die. I got every last tooth in a jar, in a bag, in a box, hiding in my closet. See, y'all don't be knowing the significance of this shit, so I'm finna teach you little young ass something. I said, yes, ma'am. So I sat down, you know what I'm saying? I eat me some popcorn, chilling on her ass. You talk to grandma, shit, let it ride. She said, make me some goddamn coffee. Yes, ma'am, I'm on it. I hit the stove up and she talking. So grandma go in her closet and she go in there and she get a whole jar. Now she got a jar with every last single family member tooth that she been keeping over the years, people. Listen to me good. She been keeping these teeth over the years. And I said, okay. She said, see this one right here? This is all my children, all my grandbabies. I got all y'all teeth here. Why you think I keep your teeth? I say, I don't know, Grandma. It seems quite fucked up to me. But don't curse me. I say, why? Because if you, say, when you using teeth and you using baby teeth and magic, ooh, woo, that's that potent shit. She said, you wonder how y'all stay so healthy and fresh? She said, because I know what the hell I'm doing. I say, okay. I say, so what you doing? She said, you ain't ready for that spell yet. She laughed at me, ha, 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 put it back up. And I'm finna tell you how she stored them. She would take a black handkerchief. She would take a jar, mason jar, seal it up, black handkerchief, cover the jar up, wrap a black handkerchief around it. She never let the light of day saw the tooth. So she put it in the back of the closet in a jar wrapped up. You look up there, it was so many jars wrapped in so many different color cloths, you never know which one you looking for anyway. But that's neither here nor there in Grandma's house. So she went up there and she was like, yeah, I'll teach you that later. So, okay, cool. So Grandma never brought it back up. 2-3 years passed, we never brought that shit back up. All of a sudden, I got a loose tooth in the bottom. I'm pushing the bitch and I'm scared to tell Grandma because I'm thinking this bitch gonna snatch it right out my damn head. So I'm like, oh boy. I say, I go to a dentist. And this time I wasn't gonna go over there to Dr. King. I got insurance now. I'm finna go to an old white dentist, old Jew dentist. That motherfucker, put me to sleep Novocaine style, real shit. Cause I used to feel the pain when Dr. King was working on my ass as a young adult. I don't want to feel shit. Put me to sleep, baby. So I asked Grandma, and why did I do this? Because I learned some people, and today y'all finna learn some too. I said, Grandma, I remember when I was young and Dr. King extracted my tooth. I know you used to keep them, and I know you got all our teeth, and you got some of mine in there too. I say, but why would you calling this man nasty? He a dentist. He was always cleaning. He smelled like hand lotion. And she was like, well, let me tell you something about that motherfucker. Do you know how old he is? I say, no, ma'am. She say, how old he look to you now? I say, he look about 60 or 70. She say, the bitch was 60 and 70 when I was a young lady. I say, what you mean? Say, let me tell you. And she say, now, let's go back to the tooth spell. You know what the motherfucker do with tooth? Say, they would get them and grind them up. No matter how bad they is, they would get them and grind them up. And say, they would wash them in this solution. And like bleach or some kind of dental wash to wash the bacteria and the plaque off on them. Say, they'll grind them down to a powder like flour. Like paste, toothpaste, grind them. And say they'll put them in the wash and they'll get all the bacteria and shit and bleach this powder white. They'll sit it out there and they would dry it off in the dehydrating machine or the sun, one of the two. And say what he would do, he at home, he would go at night and he would wipe that tooth dust all over his body. He would put it on his face. He would put it all around his ears. He would put it on his nose and lip. And he would rub it all under his neck and shit. Say he'll be powdered down with all the tooth that he done took over the years. And say he could only do this once a year. So that's why he was distracting and wasn't putting nothing back or trying to fill them. He was distracting because he was using all the people's teeth in the neighborhood. I say, them people got some bad teeth. He say, didn't I say he used to bacterialize them and clean them? I say, oh, that's a hell of a solution, Grandma. She like, yeah, he was nasty like that. I said, whoa, so now my head motherfucking blown, right? Because let's be G. Ooh, a tooth is small, man, and grinding the bitch up that you done took out a bitch head is serious. That's a lot of people teeth, man. You got to have like at least like 700 teeth. That I don't motherfucking know. Don't get me to thinking, because I'm still about to hurl. So but that's how he was staying young. The bitch discovered the fountain of youth, and the fountain of youth is in the mouth. And grandma used to always say that the fountain of youth was in the mouth. The fountain of youth was in the mouth. I said, okay, cool. So, I'm like, okay, grandma lost it on this shit right here, because can't nobody do that. I'd say the nigga probably just had baby powder on him, and grandma went over there to screw him or some shit, and she saw it, and she imagined the shit. So, I dismissed that shit real quick. So, one day, I'm a grown up. I'm like 26, 27. So, I go and I knock on the door. I go see Dr. Kane. Hey, Dr. Kane, what it is, man? He say, hey, Tight. He say, hey, Tight, you got a bridge? Yeah. He say, boy, your teeth coming in good. You got one of the best smiles I ever worked on in my life. How you doing? And he sitting up there, like, hugging on me and stuff. And he had a son that started practicing this shit, too. His son don't live here no more. His son moved to another state. If I tell you the state, then, it's gonna pinpoint. So I keep it speculation on that one. So he had trained his son how to do this shit now. Man, he say, sit down. And I say, so grandma told me some shit, right, when it came down to your teeth. He say that grandma say you knew the fountain of youth, and the fountain of youth is in the mouth. I say, what's she talking? I say, because I don't got into magic and shit. I'm meditating, I do folk magic. He say, boy, you into folk magic? He say, back on the island in Jamaica, they call them Mobias, and nobody like us. Notice he used the word nobody like us. But you know something? We was okay. We never worried about nothing. And he say, okay, so folk magic. He say, what you want to know? I said, grandma say fountain youth in the mouth. And I said, grandma said that you used to put powdered teeth on you and shit like that. He started laughing. Oh, well, Guns, you knew what that was? I say, is it true? Like, yeah, it's true. He say, man, I'm 78 years old. I look every bit of 60. I say, yeah, you do. I say, you look good. Your hair not gray. He say, this what I do. He say, I take it, I clean them. Once I clean them, I put them in the grinder like you do the sausages in the meat to make your burgers and stuff. He say, I grind them down, turn them into a fine powder. And after they get all clean, he say, I grind them and I wash them again. Then when I wash them again, I take me some sulfur. Y'all listening to the spell, people? I take me some sulfur and I take me some salt. And I just mix that together. And I take me some eggshells from a chicken egg. And they got to be brown eggshell. He say, don't use the white eggshell because they bleach them. Got to be brown. Say, I say about 30, 40 eggshells, let them dry, I dehydrate. And he say, I get that sulfur and I get that salt. And he say, I mix it all together, crush them all together, and I beat them in the bag and turn them into a powder till they just soak in powder like talcum. He say, then I take me a nice shower, get the spiritual hex off me, and I rub it on my skin, powder myself down. He say, and I go to sleep on that, though. And he say, I sleep on it, and when I wake up the next morning, it be wiped off on the pillow and wiped off on the blanket and stuff. So I just wash the sheet. And he say, I don't take a bath. I let the residue sit on me. And I go 24 hours. And when I go 24 hours, he say, then I take me a nice bath. And I put some oil on my skin, some shea butter. And that's it. I just do that once a year. And he said, you do it, you gonna stay young. I'm blown the fuck away. Now, grandma had all her kids' teeth in a jar. And the jar wasn't no little jar. That bitch was pretty big. Grandma never done this spell. Not on us. But he was doing it. And he was doing it with neighborhood kids. With neighborhood people, rather people in the neighborhood. So I say, Doc, I say, what's the adverse effect? I say, because when you're doing magic, there's always an effect. He said, well, the effect is we gonna take the light, we gonna take some of the energy, the chi energy, he said the police. That's what he called the Chinese people, the police. I don't know why. Maybe he knew something we didn't know politically. I don't know. He said, we take the energy, the police people call it chi. And he said, but just think about all the people walking around, sitting around doing nothing, sitting around drinking and smoking and boozing. And they not doing nothing with that energy, just sitting there. So what I do in my family, we take their teeth, we take their energy, and we put it to good use. Because I'm a doctor. My son a lawyer. My daughter in the Navy. My family got restaurants in Jamaica. We do what we do. We important. They not. And it blew my mind, y'all. See, now I'm finna back off the story and I want to really get into this motherfucking tell y'all what's going on. Now, out of all the free clinics, something to think about, out of all the free clinics in the ghettos, in the poor neighborhoods, they don't do no implants. You have to pay big money for that. They don't really do no fillings. You got to pay big money for that. But when it comes to the homeless people, what they do, people, they'll give you an extraction for $30, $35. They don't care here. They'll give you extraction for free and write the bitch off. Now, what is the government people doing with all those teeth, people? But I'm just saying, that's speculation. Let's continue the story. Think about it, y'all. So I go back to Grandma and I tell Grandma he said what he said, did what he did. And Grandma say, you asked him, huh? You had to be nosy. I said, yes, ma'am. So Grandma was like, okay, time for me to give you a real education so you don't go start doing this shit and get fucked up. I said, yes, ma'am. Talk. So Grandma said, nah, there's several type of teeth you can use. Several type of teeth. Each teeth have its own power. Now, you can sit up there and rub that nasty shit all over you and be nasty and a nasty person, or you can sit up here and you can use it proper in your magical spell. See what I've been doing every time one of your brothers or your uncles go to jail, I just get that tooth and you know how they get right out of jail. I say, damn, that's why they beating the charges? I said, okay. I said, tell me more. And so every time one of y'all get in trouble with the law, I take care of it. Every time one of y'all gotta graduate and y'all get into your new marriages and you get into your new life, she say, I take them teeth out of there. That's your teeth, because I know every last one who belong to who. I take one or two of them out of there and I set them down in front of y'all house or the threshold before you go in the house. I let y'all walk in first, and then I plant that tooth in the ground somewhere on your property, and it guarantee your marriage stay together or your life don't get in danger. When your cousin Robert got that construction job, I made sure he wore a hat every day that I sold one of his baby teeth in to make sure he don't get hurt and fall off a building and break his goddamn neck. And he did quite well. I said, Grandma, so what you trying to say? She said, teeth is the only way to truly protect yourself. Teeth is what keep the demons and the devils away. See, most people don't know that shit. And I said, Grandma, you serious? I say, so what you did with my tooth? I say, because I've been run over 3 times, Grandmama. I say, spirits fucking with me. She said, you know where your tooth at right now? And I'm finna blow your mind, people. I say, where's that, Grandma? She said, come here. She said, you see right there by my Bible? Open that Bible. She opened it to the Psalms, and I forget which one, I swear to God. She opened it to a verse in Psalms. I'm telling y'all, I'm teaching y'all some real shit. She opened it to a verse in Psalms, and she said, that's you, right there. See your picture? That's you, and that's your baby teeth. The first one your mama gave me. I said, whoa. She said, so I'm always going to protect you, no matter what. And she gave me a kiss on the forehead, and she was smug with the little nose down and shit, chewing that tobacco, the little tobacco spit got on my jaw and shit. Oh, Jesus Christ. I said, Grandma, thank you, Grandma. So now I'm fucked up. So guess what? I got children now. My kids starting to lose their teeth. I say, okay, how I'm going to get these kids' teeth? Then it clicked. And y'all pay attention to this shit. I should be teaching this bitch on my Patreon, but fuck it. Y'all subscribe to my Patreon. Just throwing a shameless plug in this bitch. I said, okay, how I'm gonna get it? And then it clicked. Your parents, your grandparents, everybody came up with the idea of the tooth fairy. That when your tooth fall out, you put it up under your pillow. And when you wake up in the morning, it's $1, a quarter, nickel there. But the tooth is gone. That's how your parents were getting your teeth, putting them in jars and storing them around the house, using them in magical spell work. Or the witch lady, AKA Grandmama, Dr. King, or whoever, would go to the house and take the people's teeth, take the teeth of the babies who done fell out their mouth, who didn't know nothing, and they were using them in spell work to keep people young. They were using them in spell work of protection. They were using them in all kind of spell work. Grandma hit me to this shit right here, good people. And I said, wow. So I came up with the same solution. Hey, boy, you done lost your teeth, put it on your pillow. So every time the kid lose a teeth, I go give him some money, and I take the teeth and I put it in the jar. Right now, I got about, I'm gonna say about 15 teeth somewhere. Not at my house. I ain't that stupid to tell y'all. Y'all can beat my ass and take. I got about 15 teeth from my children stored in case I need to do some work to keep them safe and protected. Let that be a message to y'all asses. Now, back to the story, because it's finna get real cocky and interesting. So Grandma go to Dr. King, the dental man, and was like, hey, you told my grandson how we worked this, and I had to tell him the story. He said, now, how are you gonna fix this here? How you gonna fix this here? Grandma say, nah, I'm losing all my teeth. I got 1 or 2 left, and I need my gums built up. And he was like, a gun you, let me get that last tooth you got. Let me get that last tooth, I'll give you a plate. I put them dentures in, let me get that last tooth that's holding on to the little gum bone. And he'll make a joke. And Grandma be like, I'm keeping my motherfucking tooth. It's the last thing I got holding me to this motherfucking world. And he say, all right. He say, I'll fix you up a plate. I'll get you some dentures and shit. Come sit up here and I'll get you some dentures. We'll put it on the house. You're an old person like me. At this time, my grandma in her 70s, people. So this man had to be running like in his 90s. And he was healthy still. So he gave Grandma a plate. And Grandma, you brought them home and she was tapping them. And she made sure they were porcelain glass and all that shit. She made sure it wasn't no bullshit. She got a magnifying glass and she went over every last tooth, making sure it wasn't no engravings in it, no signs or sigils, no VVs or nothing, no names. Grandma went hardcore with this shit. So I'm like, damn, that's what it is. So Grandma started wearing her new teeth. And Grandma felt like she was getting empowered. Grandma was like, ooh, I feel good. Grandma was dancing. Grandma was taking extra hours on her job. And she was an old lady. Grandma retired like twice. And I said, damn, Grandma, you looking good. You looking spry. You getting booty and titties. Because Grandma always been a slim lady. You thickening up. She said, shut up, boy. So, you know. So I said, Grandma, I said, you got new teeth. I said, who made them? She said, Dr. Kane. I said, Grandma, I said, go wash them out. Let me look at them. I said, I want to see something because now I've been studying, right? So in the back of the tooth on the top, Dr. King had put a mercury-style filling in one of them, like a mercury wire that connected them in the back. Grandma thought that was easy peasy, just the way it is today. But I knew something wrong because when you put mercury in the mouth, this is a poison if it's in liquid form. But if you then ionize it or harden it and it ain't like a bleed, this is in spell work, which is, you know, spell work to eschew. So I'm like, oh shit. I say, this man done did a magical spell on Grandma. So I told Grandma, I said, check out this mercury. I say, that's the mercury to eschew. I say, that's his metal. I say, and whatever he doing, He's having you be a party lady, happy-go-lucky lady, forget life and forget all your worries and shit. She like, well, whatever the fuck he did, I ain't mad at him. It ain't draining my life force. I'm still good. Me and Nick happy. That's a 47-year-old El Salvador boyfriend she had at the age of fucking 70. So I say, okay, cool. So I go to Dr. King and I'm like, hey, Dr. King, keep in mind I'm doing this when I'm 27, 28, so I'm grown. I say, hey, Dr. King, man, I see you using different kind of, metals in your wirings and your dentures that you gave grandma. And I said, are you doing this to everybody? He say, son. He say, son, the pretty girls I put copper and I make sure it's wired so it don't do nothing. He say, this is my own design. These ain't got nothing to do with the teeth. And I do extra work to keep them going because I know black people ain't got money. He was trying to play that shit. I say, but you sleeping with these women that you using that copper on, man. Oh, yeah, they want to give me something. I'm going to take it. Shit, I'm going to take it. I say, all right. I say, well, that's wrong. I say, and I'm not coming to you no more, nor am I bringing my kids to you. I say, because you're wrong what you did to grandma. I say, grandma benefiting from it. I say, if she ever don't benefit, I say, I'm going to come over here and fuck you up, man. Oh, man, a gunju? Man, me and a gunju used to fuck around a long time ago. That's old news to me. A gunju cool. That's it. I said, oh, all right. See, I did that for a favor of a friend. It ain't nothing tight. Go on, get out of here with that nonsense. Go on, boy. Yes, sir. And that was the end of that shit. So I never seen him. I'm in my mid-40s now, and I ain't ran across him yet. The center, the dental office still there. I don't know who running the bitch because I never been back there. But it's still operating. It's still there. So I'm looking at grandma over the years, and I'm looking at grandma just have all this miraculous energy. And this lady just wouldn't stop. So I'm looking at the neighborhood that the dental office sit in, that Dr. King, was doing all the free dental work and I'm seeing how the buildings are decaying. Notice the word I'm using. I'm seeing how the buildings are decaying. I'm seeing how the streets are just keep decaying and tearing up. I'm seeing how the people bodies and minds and the livers and shit just decaying up. And then I put two and two together, people. If they say the fountain of youth is in the mouth, your community well-being is in the mouth. And this is going to be a little political, so y'all got to forgive me. This ain't creepy. This is an intellectual story. But those people who speak up for their community, notice the community do a little bit better. But those people who sit around and say nothing, do nothing, and their community just rot and decay. Just like if you don't open your mouth, smile and talk and show your teeth, grin your teeth, shit gonna fold. Closed mouth don't get fed. You ever heard of that? A squeaky wheel gets the oil. You ever heard of that? These are all Southern folklore magical words that tells you about the power of the teeth. Grandma used to always say this. Old head used to say this. This shit has been popularized in movies and everything else. So I ain't gonna go too much in this story because it got a lot of real life situations and I could tell you more. I'll probably talk about it on the recap. But people, that man is still living. That man is still living. He got to be 98. And now everybody know why. I'm finna let you go there because I'm thinking about this shit now. Everybody, I'm tight. Telling you guys, if you're gonna take a bite out of something, take a bite out of life. Stay safe, everybody. God bless.